our telephones Ed Kowalczyk of Live.
How you doing?
Ed, this is Razz and WMMR in Philadelphia.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, so tell us about Overcome. We're going to play it here in a couple seconds.
Well, this song, Overcome, it's a record. It's a song on our new record coming out, and I think it's track 13. Actually, it's pretty far back in the record, and it's been around for about a year. I wrote it about a year ago, and we actually, in light of everything that's happened in the last couple days, we've been listening to the song and realized that the lyric and the emotion of the song, the sort of bittersweet quality of the song, was really poignant. And we just started to call our friends, and friends started calling us and saying, "Wow, Overcome's really helping me through this moment. I'm just really turning to this song, resorting to it for, makes me feel good. It's helping." And so we've just been calling our friends, and it's just as an artist, it's really an amazing moment. It's like the kind of moments as an artist that you really feel like, it's something that we can help with, it's something that we can give to the people who are suffering this tragedy all over the country and even all over the world. So it's an amazing time, and the song, I think, is just really appropriate.
Have you been in touch with any of your musician friends as to what's happening in the musical community right now?
The truth is I got stranded in Minneapolis 2 days ago, so I've been on the road driving home to California for the last 2 days in a rental car.
Right.
I actually haven't had much communication with anybody. I got some emails from the guys in Live, and I talked to Patrick, our bass player, but I actually haven't been in communication with too many people because I've been on the road.
Right. Where were you when you found out about this?
I was in Minneapolis. I was actually headed into a radio station up there to play acoustically, and we walked in, and that's when we walked in, and the one plane had already hit the one tower, and then the second, we were watching it live as the second one hit, and then it was just a mind-boggling experience, and that's where we were. We were standing in a radio station.
Do you have any friends in New York that might be missing, or?
As of right now, I'm not aware of any.
Right.
Just dealing with all my other friends in New York who weren't as part of the disaster directly, but just the people I'm talking to in New York and my friends in D.C. Everybody's feeling the same sort of emptiness and void and just sort of don't know where to turn really, and that's why this song, I really felt like I think everybody was calling me about this song, and I listened to it again myself and just thought it was just perfect. The timing of it is just like it's really a mystery to me, and I'm just grateful to be an artist and be able to contribute something to help people.
Let me ask your opinion on something. Here in Philadelphia at the Tweeter Center, Aerosmith and Fuel were supposed to play tonight. They have postponed. Do you feel that I feel that was appropriate? When do you think we should go back to our concerts and our football games and baseball games and all that stuff?
Well, obviously there's security concerns, and I think prudence right now is really appropriate.
Right.
But I think that as soon as possible, we should get back to life as usual. I think that I've been thinking about watching all these these TV programs and everything about how the terrorists are talking about how they're not afraid to die, and I think what we need as Americans to show them is that we're not afraid to live.
Right.
That you can't defeat us. You can't cut into our way of life. You may have made a dent, but it's not going to stop our spirit. And I think it's important, especially for entertainment and musicians and music. And people are going to be wanting to turn, myself included, to art now. And for the release and to make sense of it all. And I think it's really important that musicians in particular get to do their thing as soon as possible again.
John Mellencamp will be here on Sunday night, and that show is definitely going to be on.
Great.
We made that release today here in Philadelphia. So, and you guys got a show coming up. Let's give that a plug since we're talking to you. At the Spectrum, October 3rd, Jane's Addiction and Live. Tickets are actually on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets, so it'd be good to see you then.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that tour is it's called Jubilee.
Right.
And it's, the theme of it is redemption, love. So it's going to be, I think, this tragedy in some strange way is actually going to give more meaning to that kind of event, because we're all going to need to get together, come together to get through this. And it's just it's a very interesting and amazing time for me as a person to be an artist, to be invited to be involved in Jubilee now, because I think it's going to have even more meaning for people because we're really going to need each other, All
right, well, I'm going to play the song here. I appreciate you spending some time with us here on WMMR, Ed.
My pleasure, man.
Ed Kowalczyk of Live. Here's Overcome on WMMR. On their new CD, and thanks to Ed Kowalczyk for spending a couple of minutes with us as he's driving home from Minneapolis to California. to make his way home, like so many people that were stranded the other day. And the song pretty much wraps up how we're feeling in the last 3 or 4 days, especially when you see the faces and the names that are missing and the people that are suffering, and you hear the phone calls that were left on answering machines and from people in airplanes.